Hi, this is Natalie W. Baker, Sports Chat with Nat, episode number 4. If you have not already, please subscribe below. Tell a friend, bring a friend. We're going to talk a little bit about NFL week number 2. Okay, my predictions for this week was 8 wins, 6 losses. I did pretty good, much better than last week. So let's get started with my Pittsburgh Steelers, okay? We did not win that game. We lost 26-17. Big Ben has a pectoral injury. For those of you who don't know, that's that big muscle across the top of the chest. So he says he's going to do everything to be ready. I say suit up the backups. Get ready, backups. I don't know. Mason should be ready, but anyway, I digress. And Najee and Derek Watt, we need some double running back stuff going on, as you will hear in just a moment. That seems to be working, okay? Now, the Chicago Bears and the Cincinnati Bengals. We have the Cincinnati Bengals next week. So Joe Burrows, he had a pretty rough game. He got sacked 4 times, and he had 3 interceptions this week. And so we want to run him around the field and hopefully distract him as well. Justin Fields from the Chicago Bears, that young man had a very good game. He has been given the start for next week as well. Moving right along to the Cleveland Browns and the Houston Texans. Baker Mayfield. Y'all can say what y'all want. He is tough. He had a dislocated shoulder. They popped it back in. He went back in the game. They won the game 31-21. Tyrod Taylor, get better, my brother. He is on injured reserve, out 3 weeks at least with an injury. So we're praying for his speedy recovery. But the Cleveland Browns are doing very well, okay? All right, now let's move on. New Orleans and Carolina Panthers. Well, we knew it was coming. Jameis Winston is already back down on the bottom. He did not have a good game. He threw 2 interceptions and got sacked 4 times. I did not actually watch that game, so I need to go back and watch it and see what really happened. But the Carolina Panthers won that game 26-7. Now let's talk about these Arizona Cardinals and the Minnesota Vikings. That game was 34-33, and the Cardinals did win, as I predicted. But the interesting thing here, ladies and gentlemen, Kyler Murray, 400 yards, guys. 400 yards. Kirk Cousins threw for 244 yards. And the Cardinals, again, won that game 34-33. Tom Brady. I said last week he was the greatest. I hate to have to say it again. He threw 5 touchdowns. And he tied Dan Marino for the second longest consecutive games with 4 or more touchdowns. He tied Dan Marino with the second longest streak of regular season games with 4 or more touchdowns. They won 48-25 over those Atlanta Falcons. I did not think the Falcons would get a touchdown, but they got a couple. But Matt Ryan did throw for 3 interceptions. Okay, I digress. Seattle Seahawks and the Tennessee Titans. The Tennessee Titans won that game in overtime 33-30. The Seahawks had the ball, but it didn't work. Okay? Derrick Henry had 182 yards by himself. What else can you say? 182 yards on 35 carries. That's it. Nothing else to say. Dallas Cowboys. A lot of my church members are Cowboy fans. One of my neighbors is a Cowboy fan. Woo-hoo. Y'all had a good game. You guys are using that 2 running back combination. Pollard had 109 yards and Ezekiel had 71. It works. And let me remind you, the Cleveland Browns, they had that double running back combination. Chubb had 95 yards and Kareem Hunt had 51. So you see those 2 running backs, it makes it a a better balanced game. Now, the game that had me on the edge of my seat, along with those Ravens, was the Ravens and the Kansas City Chiefs. The Ravens won that game 36-35. Came down to the absolute last play of the game. I said it. And Kansas City was on their way to kicking a field goal, but he fumbled the ball. You got to hold the ball. Oh. Lamar Jackson is trying to be MVP again. I know it's only week 2, but he ran for 107 yards. He threw for 239 yards. That's him by itself, okay? Patrick Mahomes had 343 yards passing. He threw 1 interception. But the Ravens did win that game 36-35. Now, let's just say this. It's been an interesting season thus far. Derek Carr was the quarterback of the week. He had 263 yards in the second half alone. Offensive player of the week was Cooper Kupp. And the defensive player of the week was Tampa Bay's Mike Edwards. He had 3 interceptions, 2 pick sixes, which means he ran 2 of them back for touchdowns, okay? And those are the only games I really want to highlight this week. I will say this. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe. Now on Saturday, there will be a special college football edition. One of my subscribers has asked for college football. So I will do my best to watch a few games and give you some highlights of college football on Saturday. This is Natalie W. Baker, Sports Chat with Nat, episode number 4. Tell a friend, bring a friend, please subscribe. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.